Test. Alright. Okay. Alright. Welcome back. It's another night, and it's time to work on the dash handler again. So, let's start with the current state of dashing. Number one, we can jump, we can dash. Makes total sense. Apparently the jump is still a little annoying. Need to finish that at some point. But currently, I can spam air dash regardless of direction. And it's really, really abusive. So, it's too much to be infinitely able to dash. So, I should have a component or variable which is not is dashing in the input manager, where most of those things are, or single turret time use. So can action air dash is a thing. Now, if the fix is simply just indent all this and put in can air dash, I'm gonna be very pissed. Wait, I'm gonna set to false. Nothing. So this check is done already. Let's return the check and just change the location of this. After all of that. Yep. That's honestly the problem. Um, this is for ground dash, and if that's the case, this really doesn't matter. So, if the dash is inputted, dashing is pulse, and can air dash. If they're on the floor, this thing is true. Then check this. This is not true. This is within the statement. Right? Okay. Okay, what is failing me? Print dash. And since I've been using write, let's just put 2 here. put a 3 here. Okay. This should not be the first component, or the first diff check. In fact, it should be this thing. Meaning I should probably just make a second dash handling altogether. Alright, so for dash handler 2, we want to first check if we want to dash. This is important. In fact, this is also important, so let's just take these. They did have gravity be defined there. So, that's important. So dash right works, technically. So that's just if we want to dash. And then we want to check for if we're not dashing. And can air action dash. Okay, both work. Alright. Then the output is this stuff. Well, we have that working anyway. Yeah, so they're both doing right. It's the same direction right now, which is, yeah, Never. Can I dash more than once? Yes, that's a problem. That seems like I've forced myself to be dashing once at most. Yep, I can't dash more than that. So this causes the dash once. Alright. Do, 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 do. Let's just make this simple. Pretty much the same. Get rid of this one. Get rid of the ball in here. Tab and space. Tab, tab, and space. Control C. Control V. EL. Left. 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 Delete the pass. Right. It is falling, which is a specific thing I don't know if I like. If I do this, I don't fall. Do I? I do? Okay. That's not the one I wanted to mess with. It's this one. Yep, so I just don't fall at all. Why is it still descending? Why am I falling at a constant rate? If dash is before jump, do I fall any amount? I still fall. Movement? No, still fall. Okay. I guess that's because we set the velocity, but we still fall. Go to dash handler, go to dash component with dashing. Current speed. It's the speed we get. Velocity equals speed. And run with current speed. Which we just set this. So we go with current speed value. It's that, but it still doesn't stop falling. Why? It's still true for one of them. And it seems more like a straight line. There we go. Check again. Straight line. So they actually start falling. Perfect. Okay, so it's just like an initial frame thing. On the first frame, they fall one more time, and that means they don't get to stop moving at the same speed. Why is it, though, that it doesn't set the speed? Well, I'll say it's as done as I need it to be for now. So I'll check it off. Now the jump handler. 3 jumps. 3 jumps. They don't have this if statement on coyote time. Didn't change anything. Turn the phone up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Colon. Coyote time. Dot. Times left. Yeah, you set it to 0, but at some point later it immediately goes into uh, it still is grounded and bolt breaks the thing again. So, yeah. I put this here. Then what I could do is just move that down here as well. Okay, since it's 0 the entire time, and since I just mentioned that I can just do that now, does removing that break anything? Let me remove the print statement so I can read the damn thing. Okay. Good, 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 good. I don't think I'm allowed to triple jump anymore, which is good. Yeah, hold on. That's not a coyote jump, that's a problem. Hold up, these two cannot be in the same thing. That's actually needed. Otherwise, I probably can't coyote jump at all. Why is that an air jump? What? Didn't I have a solution? Is this any different? Okay. Alright, so there's I want 0.1 seconds, so actually you can just use a calculator for this. Um, there's 60 frames per 1 second. Alright, and I want point 0.1 seconds times that number. So 6. 6. Feels natural enough. Alright. That's two things. They're fixed now. Working as intended. Dash cancelable jump. And jump cancelable dash. Now, we don't have cancelable attacks. We don't have this decided. I spelled rhythm. Such a difficult word because it's never used to be spelled, for me at least, ever. I'm not a music person yet. Or I am not somebody who studies music, so rhythm is not a word that comes up very often. So I never see it spelled out. Anyways. What else is there? I don't have a run. I actually don't know how is my dash working on the ground right now? Not at all. Cool. So I don't have anything for the ground. It's the trick pretty much the same. Not dashing. Input, dash component, and floor. Input, dash component, can air dash. Okay. This is only for the air. semicolon. So let's just do this and see. This time, that's fine. Also discovered that I can do this, which is just backwards dashing, and I like that. Alright, so that's air dashing. If is player dot is underscore on floor and underscore fetching. I should probably have a variable that's is underscore actionable. Okay. So if we're on the floor, we want them to dash a bit. No, this is the ground dash. I for some reason chose nested array, which is decision. Let me remove the print line that we don't like. So, since I'm probably gonna do right, let's move it over here. Print on ground dash. See if this comes out. Doesn't. So something's wrong. Dash is input. Dash component is dashing is currently false. Can air dash is false. Question mark. This is true if this is true, so it's not gonna come out first. Okay, so turn dash, yep. So set these to Go player position. I'll just change it. Vector 2, 0, comma 2. Plus is the wrong direction. It's minus. That's one way to do it. Have a dash that's not full distance, but also still a dash. If I just set is following off, are they still on floor? It also should allow them to just dash the full distance. If I don't do this, are we still on the floor? Yes. There's a lot of floor checks. So you got John Handler 2 has one as a top, and then two more bottom. So Dash Handler has a bunch. Dash Handler 2 has two. Movement Manager has two. And dash component dot is dashing equals us. There's no way this stops me from doing some stuff. That makes me ground dash, sure, but go back up. We still are affecting your position, so let's not do that. That doesn't work then. So I can dash on the ground, but I can't stop it on the ground except for the jump. That's the only way to stop the jump, the dash. I need a way to disable the dash if I press crouch. How is crouching determined? Is crouching. Alright. Down, down. Set important variables. It is crouching. It is pressed. And is on floor. Let me go to the input manager and just print if we are on the floor. Summary. Is underscore on underscore floor. True. What about one dashing? Yes. Okay. So if we're on the floor, and is dashing equals false? No. And input dot is action press down. Okay, measure mode 1, 2, 3. Dash. Stop. Stops right in place, it seems. Sets the velocity to 0, and dash is just... What is dash doing in that case? Does it still count as dashing? Air dash both are true. True. Press down for a second. Both true still. True, 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 true. And it says they're dashing. But the velocity was just set. I don't have a reset speed. So first off, this should fix the problem about me stopping the dash. Yeah. That stops me from stopping the dash. It might also reduce in the upper portions when we have to set the gravity component here to false. That's a pretty straight line to me. Okay. So now, if I progress, ground actually activated, cool, press down, stops not in my tracks. Alright. Is action pressed and down being pressed. Velocity 0, dash component. This dashing should be false. So if they're on the floor and is dashing, so they're on the floor, down was just pressed, down is pressed, and velocity should be 0. On floor, not crouching, and not dashing. Okay. Didn't need that here. That's a comparison, not a set. And I hate when it happens. In the frame mode, 1, 2, 3, dash, dash, down. That's false. It changed back to true. Okay. So, as long as it doesn't re-enable the dash, yeah. So as long as you do it after the buffer, it won't re-enable the dash. Which, if I had to really check that, clear this, go, um, and then just find where I get there. That's not frame by frame. Okay. We'll delete that. Just work with this dashing. So it says ground dash true for 5 frames, false for 3 frames, and then false continues. So did I press it on frame 5 with 3 frames, let go, and press frame... No, I pressed it for 8. Oh, there's 6 frames. And held it, too. Wait, is it infinitely dashing? Yes, yes, that's a problem. This should be last. I stop at distance, it's fine. But imagine if I change this from velocity to an acceleration gain. Ooh, that would be so crazy. I'm gonna go plus equals. Just to see. Just to see. I'm gonna go off screen for this. Way too fast. Way too fast. That was 20 frames. Input manager. You know what? Just put it at 100. No, even 50. That's half of the main movement speed. But it's going to go up by every frame. No people that does it. It just does something like this, which is just funny. Speed. Sorry. Change this to accelerating. Go and do this. I'm trying to save that. So, yep. Is it multiplied by delta? No. There's no delta. That's fine. Should they be multiplied times delta? Let me see. So this is the ground dash times over. So times delta. Put it in the wrong one. out. Instead of 50 here, go back to 300. No. 50 with no delta multiplication was significantly better. Let me try a few values. So sure, but like, let me try 100 to start and then 50 acceleration. Vector to 100 and x, comma, 0 and y, colon, and then start. Cool. Let me try slower acceleration because this might be too much. Input manager. Acceleration 30. Neo. That is no longer straight. Okay. That's another thing that I brought back on accident. You go far with this thing. On the ground, you don't go as far as you think, but in the air, you go far. That's half the screen, and that's just 30 on 20 frames. Okay. I'm gonna work with acceleration. I'm gonna have a distance in mind next time. So let's go and change this back to equals current speed. Go back to 300 and change this back to this. Can I also go like this? And no. Alright. Input manager, back to 300 for the default number. Cool. Alright, now let's copy and paste for the dash handler to the ground dash portion here. And here. Change this to the actual statement, check. Other than that, dashing in the wrong way, which is easily fixable. Yep. Dash does work fine. Jumping is fine. Frame perfect is this high for jumps, and then not frame perfect is that high. But alright. Okay. I need to end stream. It's late. I've done pretty much everything I wanted to do. For those. Check them off. Yep, I checked off. Alright. Good night.